Welcome to Euro Bangla City SATV News. This is Shivalam with the headlines. Nation celebrates the Golden Jubilee of Victory. President Prime Minister paid homage to war heroes. COVID attends Victory Day parade. Indian President Kovind hold talks with President Hamid discussing a range of issues of common interest including trade and connectivity. US Secretary of State reaffirmed America's long-standing partnership with Bangladesh in development of economic growth and security. On the Golden Jubilee of the Great Victory, a colorful parade of the combined forces was held at the National Parade Ground in Shere Bangla Nagar. From the National Parade Ground, the President Abdul Hamid received the salute of Victory Day Parade 2021. The parade started at 10:30 a.m. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was presented the parade. Indian President Ramnath Kovind was the special guest at this colorful event. The armed forces saluted the visiting President of India, Ramnath Kovind. He later visited the parade ground. Bangabandhu's younger daughter, Sheikh Rehana, Speaker Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary, members of the cabinet, judges, senior military and civilian officials, ambassadors of different countries and heads of missions enjoyed the parade at the parade ground. Various weapons and equipment were displayed during the parade. Indian President Ramnath Kovind yesterday held delegation-level talks with President Abdul Hamid discussing a range of issues of common interest, including trade and connectivity. Both the leaders discussed wide-ranging issues of interest for both the countries, including connectivity and trade operation in fight against COVID-19 and development partnerships. Indian Ministry of External Affairs spokesman Arindam Bagchi mentioned that in the tweet. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina called on Kovind at the Pan Pacific Shonarga Hotel. On the Golden Jubilee of the Victory, the nation is remembering the war heroes who sacrificed their lives for the motherland with humble respect and deep gratitude. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid their respect at the National Memorial in Sabar. Dalia Nilufer has the story.
Bangladesh is celebrating Victory Day today, as the country was liberated from the Pakistani occupation forces on this day in 1971, after a 9-month-long liberation war. President M. Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid tribute to the martyrs by placing wreaths at the National Memorial in Sabah early today. The head of the state placed the wreath at the altar at the National Memorial, followed by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Prime Minister's younger sister Sheikh Rehana was also present there. After placing wreath, they stood in solemn silence while wore as a mark of deep respect to the memories of the martyrs of the Liberation War. A smartly turned-out contingent drawn from the Bangladesh Army, Navy and Air Force presented the state salute on the occasion as the bugle played the last post. Later, Jatiya Sanshad Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary, Chief Justice Zaid Mohammad Hussain and leaders of the different political as well as socio-cultural organizations placed wreaths at the National Memorial. Dalia Nilufer, SATV News Desk.
Bangladesh will soon get some defense items from India under $500 million line of credit that had been extended to Bangladesh for purchasing defense equipment. Under the line of credit, several items have been identified and fast-tracked. They were fairly in advanced stages of the process, said Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla. Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Vikram Kumar Doraiswamy conducted the briefing that highlighted various aspects of Indian President Ramnath Kovind's first-day engagement in Dhaka. The Foreign Secretary also highlighted the potential of joint manufacturing in the defense sector, which is also something they want to see enhanced. The $500 million line of credit was first announced by India during Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's visit to New Delhi in 2017. Bangladesh's first wheelchair news presenter made its debut on SATV. The initiative of SATV, the first HD channel in the country, is to bring people with disabilities into the mainstream. Hidayatullah Aziz Munna, a physically challenged person, read the news update in the main building of SATV on December 16 at 11 a.m. At that time, Hidayatullah Aziz Munna added a new name in the history of the country. As the first wheelchair news presenter in Bangladesh, he read the news update of SATV at 11 in the morning. The aim of the initiative is to show solidarity with the government's willingness to protect and establish the rights of persons with disabilities worldwide, said the head of the organization. Besides, the executive director, Rashid Kanchan, defended his bold decision to bring people with disabilities into the mainstream, not just words. Blinken discussed about importance of human rights, agreed to strengthen bilateral cooperation by a phone call. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has reaffirmed America's long-standing partnership with Bangladesh in development, economic growth and security. They discussed the importance of human rights and agreed to strengthen bilateral cooperations and address shared global challenges, Prince said. Blinken said he is on a visit to Southeast Asia, made the call after the U.S. on December 10 imposed sanctions on RAB and 7 of its current and former top officials. Foreign Ministry officials said Momen was at Bongo Bhavan when Blinken called him and they spoke for about 30 minutes. During the call, Momen requested Blinken consult Dhaka before any action. They agreed to work together and take forward the multidimensional relationship forward. Viewers are taking a short break. Stay with Euro Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Euro Bangla City SATV News. Now international news. The emergence of the latest Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus continues to raise serious concern around the world, while many countries are resorting strengthening social distancing rules or reverting to travel restrictions to stem the further spread of infection. Health authorities around the world are on high alert as the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control published its latest rapid risk assessment. With limited data available as yet, health experts say that while the severity of disease caused by Omicron may be less, its very quick transmissibility is causing global disruption. This comes as the UK reported the highest daily number of confirmed cases since the beginning of the pandemic on Wednesday, while France debates tightening borders against travelers coming from the UK. Canada is back to restricting non-essential travel outside Canada. A Myanmar journalist has died in military custody after being arrested last week while covering protests in Yangon. More than 100 journalists are known to have been detained since the military coup in February, but this is the first time a journalist has died while in detention. International media reports said that the freelance photojournalist Sonang was arrested Friday while covering the so-called silent strike. It was the biggest nationwide protest in several months, with people clearing the streets and shutting businesses for 6 hours as a sign of protest. His family was reportedly informed of his death, but they were given no other details. Since the coup, interrogation centers across Myanmar are known to have tortured the detainees. The World Meteorological Organization on Tuesday confirmed that an Arctic temperature record of more than 38 degrees Celsius was recorded in the Siberian town last year during a prolonged heat wave that caused widespread global warming concern. According to the latest data by the UN agency, the town of Verkhoyansk saw the record temperature recorded on June 20, 2020 and is seeing its region warming at more than double the global average. And according to a WMO spokesperson, there's only one reason for the record temperature. If you cast your mind back to last year, you'll recall there was an exceptional prolonged Siberian heat wave. And the heat wave did not play a major role in 2020, being one of the warmest 3 years on record. The heat we saw in Siberia in 2020 would have been almost impossible without climate change. The alarming record reported in Siberia is now an official entry in the World Weather and Climate Extreme Archive and equivalent to the Guinness World Records for weather. The WMO committee is now also verifying other potential heat records around the world, including in Death Valley in California last year, the Sicily in 2021. Now sports news. A show of China-Russia friendship, Russian President Vladimir Putin will attend the opening of next year's Beijing Winter Olympics. Unlike many Western leaders, Putin has promised Chinese President Xi Jinping that he will attend the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics in Beijing next year. It is an event which many Western leaders, including the US President Joe Biden and UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, are boycotting due to human rights abuses in China. Putin added, a new model of cooperation has been formed based on other matters of principles like non-interference in internal affairs. The two leaders spoke via video call on Wednesday. For the second time this year, the leaders of China and Russia have held a video conference. During their virtual summit on Wednesday, President Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin reportedly agreed to strengthen Beijing-Moscow ties going forward. After 18 years as a professional and scoring more than 400 goals in his career, Barcelona and Argentina striker Sergio Aguero announced his retirement from football on Wednesday at the age of 33. The sudden announcement comes as Aguero was diagnosed with a heart condition. Aguero, who's also the former son-in-law of the late Diego Maradona, taken to hospital in October after experiencing chest pain and breathing difficulties during a match. After being given a recommendation from doctors that he should stop playing the sport, he now steps away from the game as a young legend. Before ending, we go to the Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Nation celebrates the Golden Jubilee of Victory. President Prime Minister paid homage to war heroes. COVID attends Victory Day parade. Indian President Kovind holds talks with President Hamid discussing a range of issues of common interest, including trade and connectivity. US Secretary of State reaffirmed America's long-standing partnership with Bangladesh in development of economic growth and security. You're up to date so far here on Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.